Good evening. Welcome to your After Dark message here at Purple Bee. Welcome to my channel. These are collective messages. If it doesn't resonate, please leave it for someone else who does. If it's not your thing, if it's not your bag, if tarot is not your thing, there's no offense taken. Plenty of other readers out there. See you later. Bye. Pulling on Lenormand this evening. Feeling Lenormand decks. A little bit of a schematic. See what the scene is, right? Check it out. Check it out on the macro. Check out what's happening. I knew a lady was going to come out. I knew that feminine energy was going to pop out somewhere. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm reading for feminine, but the feminine energy did pop over. Please take the messages as they fit, right? And don't make it fit. The Lenormand, a 36 card deck, basically tells us what we have as there's the lady again. Oh my goodness. All right. Friendship. 2 friends. 111. Maybe 3. Okay, let's see what we got. That just came to mind. I'm just channeling a little bit through these cards while I'm shuffling. Just getting the energy, a collective response here. Somebody's going through some confusion. Hard to make a choice. Maybe you have a choice of who you're dating, a date. A choice in coming into union with someone. Oh, but you're unsure. Okay, I see what's happening here. Could be a little sly action going on the side. All right, so what's going on here in the collective? Let's get a nice after dark message. Doesn't have to be nice, doesn't have to be not nice, doesn't even have to be anything near nice. We just have to deliver the message, right? Cool. Okay, so that sexual energy did come out, and restraint, possibly some restraint, also with the house energy. Okay. So, something within a home, or maybe a possible even deed to a home, or something that is the way a home should be run. I think also maybe there's also some underneath energies going on of making choices here of what to do with guarding one's home. Being strict and having boundaries within one's body, nature, taking ownership of one's sexual nature, taking ownership and feeling even maybe a little bit restrictive, right? There could be some restriction going on, and it could have to do in the home setting. So possibly some restrictive energies happening in the home. I do have some sacral energy, chakra cleansing music going on in the background as well. I'm not trying to subliminally attack my viewers or anything. I'm letting you know what the music is. Have you seen that with ads where they do that? Anyway, my Gemini energy, it's the moon. It's the blue moon. I'm jumping all over. Okay, come back. So yeah, that's a first row kind of vibe. Let's see what else we got going on here. We do have a change, but a change may not want to happen because that did come up straight upside down. So maybe someone not wanting to change, possibly giving you a literally key to this house and a letter. So, or possibly this message holds the key to literally the future, but someone's being very strict about it. Someone's holding it back. It's almost like a strict household. Not wanting to change, not wanting to open new doors, not wanting to communicate. All right, let's get the bottom of the row here for the Lenormand this evening. All right, we got the heart card. We got some confusion of the heart on which way to go. And then we also have some again, that strict boss, stodgy kind of stubborn way of seeing it, or even kind of overbearing, right? Or someone that just has to be the leader, I guess. There is some confusion about this on which way to go and how to feel about it. Okay. I don't even know how all that reads. I'm going to play this back and listen to it, of course. So within this last row, because I always kind of read the last row up, I kind of go around and then I go and I do weird patterns with the cards to draw the message. But you're having a hard time communicating to this person who is stuck in their ways and stuck in their restrictive ways. And it is about change. It is about seeing a different way. It is about coming out of confusion in the mind and stop being so stubborn and hanging on to it, or standing in the way, or being so firm with it, and coming to a little bit of a more heart decision. Okay, if that makes sense. The energy that I'm getting and what it's giving is just a stubborn energy, not wanting to change. I'm feeling like this is something ingrained in somebody, right? They just have a hard time with change. They have a hard time communicating. They're confused on how to do that. Whoever I'm speaking to in this message, there's just restrictive energy with that. I think there may be a letter or a message or a text message or something that someone wants to send or wants to communicate or is hoping to communicate, but with that, it's almost like their stubbornness stops them, right? There's that bear again coming right. So it's almost like a burden to bear as well. So maybe they're really burdened on how to do that. Maybe they're really burdened on how to come forward and communicate. Maybe the person has a hard time just with any, I didn't see any emotion on that board, right? It was just kind of like, it's just, this person maybe just is a straightforward, restrictive communicator and just doesn't know how to change the way they communicate, right? Can't communicate from the heart, not really listening from the heart. And that is the world with people today, I feel, in a lot of ways, when we're closed off and not really feeling each other. We're just all out for our own sakes, right? So when that happens, that's when I can't unsee it. I can't unsee that. I can't unsee that one way of thinking. And that's what that reading was giving, right? I'm restricted. I'm not going to change my ways. And even restricted, I was getting even like a sexual vibe and sexual. And I don't know if I could say those words and things like that on this, but something that's just, they're not really themselves. They're not comfortable in themselves. They're not comfortable being them. They're holding to this way they want the world to see them, I guess. Okay, anyway, that could be coming to an end. The coffin card just came up, and you could be getting a news about that ending. So moving on to the Seers deck to add on to that collective message and to see if that continues on or changes completely. It usually is a continuation and a clarification of what we've already been talking about. But if new messages come up and we start to go down a different path, I will give you those messages as soon as I turn the cards over, okay? I promise I will. All right. What about this news? What about this rider coming in? What about coming in with the news, coming in with the change, bringing in the Wheel of Fortune? So bringing in a major change, seeing things in a different way, bringing in the news that's going to change things, bringing in the message that's going to make things different, right? And it's always like, so it doesn't have to be as dramatic. Depending on the cards that come around with the Wheel of Fortune, it may just be a wheel turning in someone's favor, and you're getting a favorable piece of news. You are doing that with the Page of Wands here, because there's a Rider and the Page of Wands, which is essentially the same person. So that is something coming in, news about something possibly you're building, you're birthing, you're starting, you're going into. It's a new start. It's a brand new beginning. It's a beautiful beginning with that Empress card. A lot of strength there. A lot of feminine energy, feminine queen, all the queens embodied, giving birth to all 4 queens. I mean, she's in there. She's, playing with her hair. She looks gorgeous. She's looking at her reflection. She has the literal earth in her belly. I mean, Mother Incarnate over here. So things are changing and you maybe hear news about a pregnancy. It also may be news that someone may be pregnant. It also may be news that someone's going to be having a baby. That could be literal as well. All right, let's get another little... Okay, so 3 people on the scene, and the 10 of Pentacles, and the Death card. So changing the way the family is. So this is adding a 3rd person, and here comes the change in the family, which is a happy family situation. And also with that Death card and the 10 of Pentacles, it's, death and taxes right there. Large sum of money, having a change and an outlook of the way the money's run, the family's run. There's new collaboration. It's almost like a piece of news coming in to change this whole thing. Wheel of Fortune and Death card is definitely the ending of something and a brand new beginning, like on the major arcana. And if you do have the 10 of Pentacles in the center of your reading, which you do, I think you do have someone sitting pretty here. We do have someone down here, though, that's a bit frustrated about that judgment call and is hanging on to possibly being selfish, or possibly being selfish with changing their mind, or being self-restrictive, or even having wanting to be bicker, wanting to cause fights, wanting to be like, no, that's mine. It's kind of like given that. Especially with the regret on the bottom and the 5 of Cups, 5 of Swords. A judgment call is being made, almost like this person has to let go, but they're frustrated in how to do that, and how to release a little bit, let some things go. They're hanging on to this grief. They're choosing to win at all costs. There is some win at all costs energy here that has put them in some grief, put them in some I don't want to say, almost like hoarding, almost like I'm hanging on to this, and judgment is stepping in to make a call on that. So let's get a little bit more, got more cards on that. Yeah. Okay, so juggling something and that coming to an end. Not being able to decide on what to do with that Pentacles. Not knowing how to move forward or how to balance it between Tower coming in to change that with the 10 of Swords. That is a complete ending. That is a judgment. Tower, 10 of Swords, a 100% complete 1221 ending. And the Death card. And the 10 of Pentacles. That's 100% an ending. I don't know what this has to do with the last reading or the news coming in from that, but this is a whole new beginning. And news of a whole new beginning, of a whole new family situation, a whole new collaboration, a birth of something, a very, very regretful and almost self-sabotaging ending, just from one's own stubbornness and not choosing the right thing. There's the Sun card, so now we're moving into a little bit more positive energy. What else with the Sun card? A little bit more give and take, a little bit more giving, coming forward, wanting to make an offer, wanting to start anew, wanting to start a new chapter, wanting to even maybe reconcile. There could be some reconciling of funds, offering, donating, helping, someone coming in to help with that new birth, the birth of the new thing. Again, that Empress energy is pretty strong up there, so we can get a little bit more on that Empress energy, please. Ooh, she knows. Yeah, so this is also, it could be also Pisces, Cancer. It is a union and a new union, but something that someone has to heal from. So someone has to really come into their psychic, watery powers, right? And again, I feel almost like a union or a hospital stay, or even a like having to heal from this spiritual birth, and into this union, almost like it's such a spiritual birth and a rebirth that you need to heal from it. But you have companionship, you have help here, you have the 2 of Cups, you have your 6 of Pentacles here. So you are moving into an energy that's way less selfish, way less, in their head. Somebody else might be in their head. Someone might be a little bit angry, anxiety, somebody watching, somebody stalking on social media, someone watching your social media. That's always there, and that may be who the news is coming in from. Could be a young fire sign, could be a young air sign, could be someone who's having sleepless nights or even stressed out or doesn't know how to send this message or doesn't know how to say it, but they are watching and trying to figure out a way or trying to study you or learn a way or maybe dip their toe in or kind of decide how they're going to deliver this message. It might have to do with some lies. It may have to do with some lies about some money saved, someone guarding some money, someone not being able to come forward, someone slowly coming forward, maybe a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They're going to go into their heart. They're going to realize that it's too much of a burden. They're going to decide to work with you. The Five of Swords is coming up. So some arguments, some petty arguments with some air energy, some King of Swords and Knight of Swords energy coming in fast, possibly competition there. You do have the Justice card. You do have the Lovers card. You do have the Hermit card. So in that major arcana, there is going to be fairness in this new path. There is going to be justice. You may need to go inward, or it may be just a decision that's being made that's going to help you go inward, help you decide, shine a light. Again, we have a lot of ending down here. So underneath it all, it is because of a major ending or a major ending, trying to avoid one with that Judgment card, but it's unavoidable. Okay, well, that's for somebody. I know I kind of sped through that at the very end, but the Knight of Pentacles is here on the bottom, so it is something that had been slow moving towards you. It had been something that's slow moving in the workings. There had been a decision made, though. There's going to be a decision that the burden can't be carried any longer. Yeah, so someone's coming into some Ace of Cups energy, some watery energy, tapping into that water energy, that flow. I think messages are going to start flowing. Something's going to come in as far as like, and that page energy is quick bursts of, stepping in and saying, hey, stepping in and saying, yo, stepping in and saying, seeing what's up. Kind of getting a vibe check, right? Not even like really committing, but just wanting to see, just wanting to give you the message, just wanting to start the thing, but not really wanting to go the whole way with it, but they're just getting it started, right? So these are things you may be hearing soon, quickly, in a fashion that comes maybe in an immature way, or in a quick message way, or something that's just very not non-committal or not serious. Right? That's the energy it's giving. Just like the way that even the ending is and the way the new beginning is, it's coming in like trying to come in fresh, trying to come in new, trying to come in like, oh, nothing happened. Not even like nothing happened, but just like, it's such a painful ending. They almost like probably are in denial and feeling a lot of anxiety or how to come forward and trying to figure that out. So, when you have to come up with a new way to do it, Anyway, it's a blue moon weekend. I hope you're going to have an amazing weekend. Let's see what the Intuitive Oracle has to say. Intuitive healing, there it is. And I think that intuitive healing came with that Hermit at the end, having to go in, that Justice card, making the decision to go in, making the decision to go into your intuitive healing. We did have the High Priestess. We did have the Empress. That's intuitive healing, especially intuitive healing with the Four of Swords card, or some sort of like healing stage or healing retreat. Something where once you give birth to this thing, it's almost needs generosity and people around you to help you get the new thing started. Again, it could be an exact birth of a baby, changing the whole family environment. Could be working on your legacy, passing it down, starting a new generation, a brand new generation. So congratulations if that's happening out there. Use your intuitive healing. Go into the body, take the moon energy in, take the yin energy in. I know we're in this fast-paced, quick, page energy, Gemini energy, and also Sagittarius moon, full moon is going to want you to just go. You're going to want to make the plans go. But maybe at this time, because you're birthing something, maybe just let it unfold. Let it unfold. Okay. Use your intuitive healing. Thanks a lot. Thanks for being here. Throw a like and subscribe. Entertainment purposes only. Thank you very much. Have a great night.